Hey there, it's almost December. I don't know about you, but for me, that brings up the feeling of a, a rising energy, a frenzy, more opportunity to overconsume, overspend, and overcommit. I know that has been true in the past for me. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to do it a different way. That's what this mastermind is about. This 5-week mastermind is an opportunity to explore what I call your inner guidance system. Now, we have grown up learning to measure our worth, our value, and our success with an external validation measuring system. What I mean by that is we're taught from a really young age to look outward and get feedback from our parents and then our peers and finally our colleagues and our relationships to let us know whether we're doing good or bad. This external feedback loop puts us in a bit of a controlled state where we're constantly looking with outside of ourselves to measure and keep up with what's expected of us. Why is that important? It's important because this system completely disregards the most important parts of our internal system, the wisdom that we hold within, that we can access through our feelings, our thoughts, our bodily sensations when that communication system is online, and our internal map. Now, I have felt that there was an internal map within each of us for a very long time. And boy, oh boy, was I surprised when I stepped into the world of human design. So what I do with my clients is I bring the human design chart into our exploration to teach them and to give a visual representation of their natural energetics. The human design chart allows its user to access the subconscious decision-making tools that we have within us in a natural flow state. It's neutral information that we can use in whatever way we want. This mastermind begins with a 90-minute one-on-one session with me and you to dive into your personal chart, to identify the energetic flow of your being, to talk about how you imagine this December going for you, setting goals based on what feels in alignment, what we discover is in alignment during that session. And then allowing you to show up to these drop-in navigator calls, which are 30-minute coaching session, basic group coaching session calls throughout the week, as many as you'd like, for the 5 weeks of December, to be held in support, accountability, to gain insight from your peers in a safe container and private environment off social media. Now, that's a lot of information I just threw at you, but let's think about this. What if whatever your goals are for December, whether it be get through without overspending on my budget, enjoy time with my family without stressing about work when I'm home, stay home and don't travel this year, but be able to have those conversations with my family and let it be okay. What if any of those goals were completely possible, and it were possible with you feeling good, empowered, and strong about the decisions you make to continue progress on them? What if it were possible to stumble and trip this December and have a supportive group hold you and cheer you on and recognize the wins you did have and hold you accountable in how you don't want to stumble in the future? What if you got this December to give yourself the gift of self-awareness, of dedicated time, however much or little, 30 minutes or several hours, depending on how many sessions you attend, with other peers who are in full support, witnessing you show up authentically and practice being you, as you, making decisions from you, breaking down and dismantling that external validation system that's had a grip on us for our lives, What better way to control a human population than to say, stop listening here, look out there, make sure you're doing what they tell you to do, make sure you're okay within their constraints. I mean, that's pretty smart if you ask me, but it's not working. It's not serving. The world is not happy or healthy. We are good students, so we have built incredibly successful lives on these rules. But then we don't feel good. Then we're worried. We're confused. We wake up with anxiety. We think about work at night. We worry about our children. We don't know what decisions to make that are the healthy ones for ourselves, and then we feel guilty, and we should. That keeps us stuck. It keeps us churning within the system that they've built for us. No longer. Join me this December to dive in to your inner guidance system, to access the key by opening up your map, revealing all of the beautiful, juicy secrets that it has to reveal, and then implementing, executing, exploring, discovering, and navigating in a safe space with an expert guide and a whole bunch of shipmates willing to do the work with you. That is a deal and a steal, my friend. Now, I want to talk really quick about why you wouldn't do this, because that's important. Not enough time. If you don't have enough time in December, I want to offer that may be the goal you set for yourself. That a half hour a week to develop your sense of priorities, to create space in your days for time, for self-development, personal development, new connections, that's important and integral. So if you don't have time for this thing, if it feels right and aligned, but you don't feel like you have time, maybe that's the goal we work on together. What about it's expensive for the holidays? I haven't even talked about the price. This is a $300 investment for a 90-minute one-on-one coaching session with your human design chart reading, then 5 weeks of mastermind drop-in groups. That is insane. However, it's expensive. It's December, right? It's the holiday time. I wouldn't give myself that expensive of a gift. Again, let's think about it. Of course you can't afford it. You're a responsible woman who is building the entire life around her and in charge of all the things. So you've allocated your funds, right? So this is a new thing. So you have no funds allocated. But I want to offer that if going over budget during Christmas is a worry for you because you want to show your kids and your husband or your wife or anybody how much you love them, and so you see that sweater, and even though you're a little over budget, you're going to get it for them because it'll go under the tree and it'll feel so good. This is for you. You don't have to break your budget to convey that feeling, to make that feeling, or you can buy the sweater and understand the why behind that decision, allowing it to be your internal reason and not just breaking whatever it is you set for yourself, because the external world would be better if you broke your own promise to yourself. What about if you're not sure if the timing will work? These are 30-minute drop-in coaching sessions, and they're going to be scattered throughout the week, and I'll give you some heads up at when you sign up about what that looks like, but I will not be recording them because this is a private space where we'll be talking about really internal feelings, thoughts, awarenesses, and insights, and I want it to be very sacred. So if you're worried about not having the flexibility, I want to offer that you just explore that. Is it true that you're unable to find a slot in your schedule with an appropriate amount of advanced timing and with multiple times during different days? If you feel right away before really thinking about it, oh, I don't know if I could be flexible for that, just give yourself the opportunity to see if that's a truth. And if it's still feels true, Is it because you really are not able to have any flexibility and you worry that you wouldn't get value from this? Or is it because this just doesn't feel aligned? Because those are two different things, and using your internal guidance system is the responsible way to make the decision. And it's okay to make either decision. You do not have to be in this mastermind. It's okay. There are plenty of opportunities and plenty of coaches and plenty of things to do in December. But if it feels aligned, I want you to examine these thoughts. Finally, what if what I'm saying to you isn't going to work? What if the map is BS? What if I pay all this money that's so sacred to me at this time of year and I fail? First of all, if you do this mastermind, you will find very quickly that the definition of failure changes when you work with me. Failure is a learned experience, and we move on from there. However, that's not what we're talking about here, and I know it. I want to offer that if you join this mastermind and you come to the 90-minute session and have your reading with me, and then you are able to attend 5 of the 25 sessions available, and you feel like you didn't get value or you weren't able to get the results you expected, I will completely refund you your money. Guarantee, no questions asked. Those are the only two things you have to fulfill for that promise. To give your effort to this program, to breaking down what's built up around you, that validation system, and opening up to what's within you. And if it's not for you, money back. All right. I think that's about it. Finally, I'm just going to say, I've working with clients on this, and it's incredible. I've got testimonials on the landing page, so I'm not going to go crazy into that with the in this video, but if you want to ask me about it, the results are truly astounding. My own personal results are that I started this journey 3.5 years ago when I decided to go alcohol free. I realized drinking and me were not working any longer. And so I had to break down so much of what I believed about the world to be true and start learning how to trust myself in that process, in the process of saying no to alcohol every single day. 3.5 years later, I've been alcohol free for that long. I'm 120 pounds lighter than I was. My life has completely transformed. I'm working with one-on-one clients, with women that are just the most powerful, beautiful, incredible, valuable creatures on this planet. And it doesn't have to be that big. I didn't do a lot. I changed my thoughts. I learned my energetics. I learned how to go with my flow and trust my inner guidance system. And now I teach you to do that for yourself. So join me. Click the button. Shoot me an email if you have questions. Anything you got to do. If you sign up between now and when this video is taken down, which will be Black Friday, the amount you pay for this mastermind group will go towards as credit for any future one-on-one package we may or may not do together. So if you decide that this mastermind's amazing, you got a ton out of it, and you want to work with me in the future, and I have a slot open for March or April, and we sign you up for that, this program, if you have signed up between now and Black Friday, the cost of this program will go towards that package. Just as a thank you. This is an introductory program for me because I'm so excited about the human design being a tangible map that my clients can hold and see what I'm talking about when we're coaching. That I just want to get it into as many hands as possible. So as a thank you for participating in this at the end of the year when there's so many other things to be focusing on for yourself, I will give you that credit towards a future program if you ever so choose. Not program, one-on-one coaching package. I think you get what I'm talking about. I'm talking too much. Just click the button or email me. Click to apply. You'll answer a few questions, and then I will reach out to you after I receive that confirmation. We will confirm a time that works for both of us for your 90-minute one-on-one session. And at that point, we will talk about goals, a few tangible details. You don't need to know all that right now. Just go join. I can't wait to see you. I'm so excited.